So much spin that even on the way in, SUNYINGSHA was spinning. That is racket speed for you. Keeping it cool in the Bruce Lee jacket like the Chinese team. SUNYINGSHA casually walks in. She's always been casual, except at the table. Personality, no doubt about it. Was actually going through some Chinese social media, reminiscing back from her Ask a Pro Anything and even the prep for it. She's just hilarious. She's got a great sense of humor. You've probably seen all the social media, her talking to fans and whatnot. That's the majority of the stadium right now. You can't even see the signs on the back walls for this best-of-5 battle because it is a packed house. Wow, DJ Tanner up in here, the full house arena. 1-0, they've played once before in WTT according to the stat on screen. And the world rank 1 versus the world rank number 17. You don't get a much better record than 92 of 101, nearly 92% success. Really closer to 91. Here's you see Patricia Liu, our umpire for the match. She's so good at her job. Ingrid as well on the other side of the table, Bolgred. Ingrid Bolgren. Handshake here as Cho Yi-ko watches on. So they'll come together for the coin toss here.
I have red, black. Red for Kihara, black for Sun. Red, Kihara, you win the toss. Service.
So they'll check each other's equipment here. SUNYINGSHA will take longer looking because, well, you've got an unusual racket. Short pips on the backhand side. We'll have a chance to see some close-ups of that throughout this match. I'm Adam Bobrow. I'm thrilled to be here for this warm-up in the match that's about to follow. 24 years old as of November 4th, SUNYINGSHA, world rank number 1, has spent well over 2 years now, world number 1, 13 titles to her name. A whole lot of titles, the most celebrated woman in the WTT era. What title did she take in Singapore in 2023? Champion. That is not French for champion. Or is it? Semi-final in the first ever Singapore Smash. Quarterfinal in 2024. Wouldn't expect it from the world number 1. But that's how tough the competition is. When the prize money's high, when the points are high, there's just that much more motivation. MIYUU Kihara, for me, made such a statement against Han Ying in a 7-gamer in Doha, what feels like quite some time ago. World rank number 17 is now 20 years old and took a title. So what does it mean? If you're newer to table tennis, pips are those bumps that look like Legos. And when you play with a racket that has those bumps, the longer they are, the more spin reversal, the more defensive they are. Now underneath the top sheet of rubber, there's sponge. The thicker it is, the longer the ball sits on your racket, it sinks in. But sit on this, $75,000 of prize money for the champion. No one out there is French right now, but it's just fun to say. Finalist gets half of that, and whoever gets outplayed here gets $7,000. Oh, wow. French fries on the hat of our cowgirl police officer. Man, I love it. It's like a Hong Kong action film. Super cool. Shasha's got style, at least in the fan art. I mean, we've seen it. She's been in magazines left and right. All you have to do is follow table tennis on social media, and you'll see pictures of Shasha in magazines in a variety of outfits. What do the fans think? 83% behind SUNYINGSHA, 17% behind MIYUU Kihara, but Truls was 82%, and Kunuk was able to get the best. Shasha Jayo, little digital sign there. Shasha, the nickname for the world number 1, SUNYINGSHA, one of many. Little Devil, Baby Buddha, Shasha. I'm flattered.
No flash, please.
But no flash, please.
Thank you.
Flattery, no flash.
Love all.
Still stretching it out, getting loose. But MIYUU Kihara here with the serves. Good backhand, the placement, deep, fast, and wide. Now, I mentioned the effects, shorter pips. tend to be for fast, aggressive shots. Tough to rally with. Ooh, counter forehand. That was not a shy opening from Sha. Some strength on that forehand and a short stroke back. MIYUU KIHARA pulls a little Kunuk-ja sleeve tug there. A mannerism that seems to be working out. Or a womanerism? I don't know. What a counter. Sha making the most of the net ball here, and MIYUU KIHARA on a few occasions so far this game has been up to the task to answer some fast-paced play. Boom, bang. Slow spin, but the placement. Sha electrifying some seats in the crowd here. Those are some of the more gentle applause in the arena. No spin by the time that ball came off the bounce. Almost nothing. Bullet backhands. MIYUU KIHARA. Two players, not both Japanese, but two players who are non-Chinese have beaten SUNYINGSHA in the last few years.
2-4.
On the international stage at the World Championships, Aihika Mukherjee of India. And the year before, Yu Hirano. Can you imagine telling your grandkids, describing what you just heard to them? Your grandma used to have an entire stadium chanting her name.
3-4. Please turn off your flash.
The up-and-comers here, the next generation, like a Liu Wei-shan, Shi Xunyao in that mix, looking sharp in the Bruce Lee jackets.
Five, 3.
MIYUU KIHARA with a big point here to stay on top of the lead. Now the lead is encouraging, but we've seen many a leads taken back. The top player in the world, Sha finishes strong. This is perfect.
6.
Bottle challenge with the tomahawk. Deep into that backhand, gets the lead, getting the leaning shot there. So now a 2-point lead for MIYUU KIHARA. Little twiddle there on the receive, the short pips on the forehand side, just trying to mix it up. Keep Sha uncomfortable, keep her guessing. Can see where she's eyeing that baseline of the table. These fast, flat shots. It's stingy, it's dangerous, it's a good pattern. If that ball comes down, MIYUU KIHARA is ready for the step around, but Sha keeping it deep and spinny. Now think about the styles here. MIYUU KIHARA, one of many women for Team Japan who's used short pips on the backhand side. The momentum was Sha, 6 of the last 8 points, but MIYUU KIHARA predecessed by Mima Ito.
8-6.
I like making up words because I don't know that many. Anyway, Mima Ito dominated the game for some time. Dominated Team China for a brief period of time and then was quickly studied and relatively silenced. But it was Du Hoi Kim that really demonstrated how to play against somebody who's so aggressive, so fast with short pips. Now, Mima Ito much smaller in stature than Miyu Kihara, so shorter stroke, but less wingspan. Six in a row to set up 4 game points from down 4-6. SUNYINGSHA hasn't finished yet, but has definitely brought out the next level. Look how free and fluid she is with these forehands.
7-10.
But a game point saved here. Kihara punching her way through. On top of the table, mixing it up a bit into the middle, then deep as Pan Bin, the one rooting for the other one, Miyu Kihara, coaching. Originally from China, so Miyu Kihara, if you speak Mandarin better than you speak Japanese, feel free to have a conversation with her. 2 game points left for Shasha. And there it is, right into the crossover. 11-8. SUNYINGSHA keeping many ticket holders happy. The hopes alive of the fans that want to see her in the final, and victorious there too. The world number 1 takes game number 1. Doesn't miss by a lot. Miyu Kihara with that fanning backhand. Bit of a comeback in the end. But here's the conversation.
分度就行，这第一个。第二个有时候打的不球，他慢速你可以拉拉正手，中间都可以，啊，不一定一定要抽他，就抽下去他拉起来，下眼就拉起来就行，就下去。如果上眼就可以塞一塞，包括他底板，只要你往长，你拉拉中间正手，还是要。
So women of honor, the roll of honor, SUNYINGSHA. This is in the past 6 months. Champions Macau, China Smash. Where else is she on there? Well, Wang Manyu's up there quite a lot. Finished the year strong. Kuai Man with 2. Shi Xuanyao with 2 on the roll of honor. Satsuki Odo and Montpellier took the world by storm. Kuai Man, just keep your eyes on her.
Second game, Sun to serve, love all.
SUNYINGSHA to start off game number 2 with the serves.
Love 1.
Good use of spin variation there from the backhand side. Miyu Kihara. Something between a chop and a push. Edge of the table here, it sounded like anyway. Could have been cleaner than I realized. Good angles on this. The timing, short stroke. Now from a tactical standpoint, Miyu Kihara is going to be looking to punch to the backhand and into the elbow where she can until there's an opening on the wide forehand side. Eek. You know that face, that emoji.
No flash, please. Thank you. 2-1.
Just too good. I was watching the feet of Shasha in this point for a moment. She's so casual the way she steps in, but the way she covers the middle, it is right back into position. Not afraid to extend fully to the forehand, but never loses balance. Look how she lands. Like a cat. touch. Very uncomfortable ball. Comes back shallow with side spin. Feeling from MIYUU Kihara. A little bit of a reactionary chop block. Mixing it up with the spin. MIYUU Kihara from the baseline at the towel break. Started last game strong. Was up 6-4 before SUNYINGSHA would get 6 points in a row. Some conversation there. Panbin trying to give some signals. It's been legal since the 2016 Rio competition. She's so good on the wide wings. We saw it in the last point. Deep push to the backhand, says, okay, let's get into this rally. I'll give you the opening. Yeah, she's tough.
Left 4-3.
This is the difference in balance. From time to time it'll happen. The recovery, balance like anything else, comes and goes. But the surprise of that opening Sha-Sha forehand, or backhand rather, to the forehand, and then the follow-up relatively parallel, just doing the unthinkable twice, playing the less likely shot.
5-4.
To have the confidence to give a long push to MIYUU Kihara so comfortably, so calmly. SUNYINGSHA knows she's well prepared. 3 points in a row here for the world number one. Even with the side spin there on that baby strawberry, Sha-Sha not bothered. Coco, I see you. Coco sees Sha-Sha. Sha-Sha sees the serve.
5-6.
And the wheels on the bus, they go round and round. The score just the same. MIYUU Kihara gets one back. Right at the baseline, Sha-Sha, until MIYUU Kihara can consistently show her a response to that long push to the baseline, it's going to be enough. Feels like not so long ago we were watching Miwa Harimoto and He Zhuojia pushing for the match. Sha-Sha out here setting it up that way. The little top spin comes in here. Nice catch there. She's out. Not in this sport. Still in it to win it with a 1 point lead. Sha-Sha.
Stop. Please turn off the flash. Thank you. 7-6.
Not gonna lie, that camera shot, that peekaboo, was pretty cool. It's like, what are we looking at? Oh, it's Sha-Sha's hand. And then it's gone. And it's MIYUU Kihara right back in it. Better response. You saw it once. That deep serve into the backhand corner. Sha-Sha making her adjustment. Not the survival of the fittest, but she who is most willing to adapt. I adapted that quote from Darwin.
9-7.
Omiyage, souvenir, a gift, a liu. Tough times here. Shovel serve catching the top of the net. in headlights, and oh dear, was she strong on the other side. Sha-Sha.
Please turn off the flash. Thank you.
Elsa out here, the Ice Queen, has her opponent frozen for this. Not a chance, not with a taxi cab. 3 game points. And only needs the one, 11-7, 1 point more dominant than game number 1. They've been tough starts, but it's the finish. Again, like a tightrope walker, the majority of tightrope walkers fall to their demise in the last few steps of that tightrope. End game, the most important part. And it is 2-0 for the world number 1, Sha-Sha.
如果你这么这么长的时候，你要腾一步，手太快了，停了一下，看人拉中间。
So here's a little look at the heat map of the table with the winning shots on top. That's a cool little piece of art. I'd love to see a Sha-Sha fan print that out and make a shirt out of it, just saying. But let's talk about it for a minute. Deep to that backhand, she's saying, I see your pips and I'm comfortable with them now. MIYUU Kihara, again, a player you can't practice with too often. Liu Wei-shan on the right there. Ma Lin in the middle. Li Da-chung, which I mispronounced yesterday. I misread the writing. My bad. 不好意思，我的朋友. Sorry about that, friends. Li Da-chung watching on. Doing well with the Chinese team right now. MIYUU Kihara down 0-2.
Love 1.
That's what half long is all about. Invite the player to attack, keep them close to the baseline. Let's take another look there. Straight side, yeah, near the baseline, catches the edge of the racket. It's the sound of Sha-Sha. Again, the long serves to the backhand. Till MIYUU Kihara can find answers. When the topspin comes in, she's got the power and the confidence to answer. The long pushes.
Let Sun hidden by hand. 2-1.
Well now. Trying to remember the last time I heard that. So a warning saying you must remove the free hand, the free arm.
1-2.
Which is true. These are the rules of the game. It's a very tough place to be, to have to make that call, but if they ever do have to make that call, there's a reason for it. 12 of the last 16 points, 75% of a fairly big sample pool favoring the world number 1.
1-4.
A little fortune to go with it. The touch game and a timeout on MIYUU Kihara's side.
他现在基本上就是一个慢拖慢推进以后，还是发上，不要慌。他发这球放慢省了再拉，第一个球拉挺好，刚才那球第一个接的就这样球第一个他高一放，因为他这个球过来他不容易跳上去，不用那么快。自己就是发完球自己想着进攻，不要自己想着发完进攻拉起来之后自己连续，反正就是前台做2个固定，你不要连续的，而且你现在反手这个球和反手球蹭的比较火，这球大不了直接就变了，转直接就变了直线啊，直接变成直线就直接。
Tough to hear tons of that. But again, Mandarin spoken by Pan Bin sounded like it was about patience. Don't be afraid to play short, to play shallow.
5-1.
And even on the opening, if you slow it down and spin the ball, rhythm break. It's tough to fool the best in the world. Now remember, much like on the men's side of the draw, the women here, there's a battle for world number 1. If Wang Manyu does well here and Xia not as well, who knows? Oh, beautiful chop block, and she was stuck with the short pips on the forehand side. I'd love to see that again. That's incredibly unusual. A chop block from behind the table, maybe we'll have a chance to see later, but a flat hit with the red on the forehand side.
Two, 6.
There we go. Chop block twiddles the racket. Oops. That is the oops. The forehand. Probably didn't expect to have a forehand winner ready.
2-7.
Just on a few occasions we've seen that twiddle here. Usually if a player chop block attempted again. Love this shot. Channeling her inner Koki Niwa. SUNYINGSHA channeling her inner SUNYINGSHA.
8-3.
Still a 5-point separation from her and the player trailing. Just going to say though about the twiddle, you usually see that when someone has long pips on one side of the racket or a defensive rubber, an ante. Nice flick, but not nice enough. Xia, like the sunshine, covers a whole lot of space. The step around, and it's the deep backhand corner. 7 match points for the world ranked number 1 to get back a title that she took in 2023. Inside out, the cross court. Xia in form takes down Miyu Kihara. Games number 1 and 2 were relatively tight. Game number 3 was good night. 11-3 and a bagel for Miyu Kihara. The world number 1 still in it to win it, looking strong as usual. And a good handshake, eye contact with Pan Bin, and back to Coco Chanel for a little conversation about what she did right, what she did well, and what she can improve moving forward. Because when you're winning this many matches, you have to learn from your wins, not just your losses. So here's the summary of the match after 23 minutes of play. 33 to the 18 of Miyu Kihara. Xia with just about double, just shy of double the service success. Interesting. Points and service don't exactly match up, but that's the way it goes. So Xia in solid form moves on. Simone Gauzy, the French showman, sitting next to her, right next to Patrick Schiller there. Schillen. And speaking of Schill, it is Lin Shidong getting ready for action. So we're going to have some power versus some spin, a clash of styles you don't want to miss.
Don't need the past on our lives. eyes for tomorrow. Never see the end of the night filled with sorrow. What do we do to love? What do we do to love? What do we do to love? When everything's said and done. What do we do to love? What do we do to love? What do we do to love? When everything's said and done. What do we do to love? 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 When everything's said and done. What do we do to love?
Some signatures here from Sha-Sha inside the Infinity Arena. If you can get a ticket, get one now. You'll have a chance to see her again. Look at that, waves in the crowd. Nearly a brawl for the ball as Sha-Sha says her humble thanks.